It's time for another closer look at a key Kentucky Derby contender. And here's your host, Magic.
Welcome back to RacingNews.com. I'm Magic, and today we're taking a closer look at 2022 Kentucky Derby contender Morello, undefeated in 3 starts for Steve Asmussen after raging against the field in the Gotham Stakes on Saturday. With me to talk about this horse is Aaron Halterman. Aaron, this is a horse that in the Racing Dudes Triple Crown Fantasy League leading into the Gotham, you and I both tried to claim, and we thought he was going to win, and when he did very impressively. Take me through your thoughts.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither one of us got him, and John and Ryan do get him, and, they always get all the good horses in the shake. So anyway, building up to the Gotham each day, I like this horse a little bit more. On Monday when we put in our claims for the Fantasy League, I said, oh yeah, I think Morello definitely going to hit the board in this race. Kind of one of the ones that I think can go a little bit further than a mile. So, not just a Gotham and done type horse like we see many times with this race. And then by the time the race got here, I'm like, I think this is one of my best bets of the whole day. I just think he's much better than these horses. He really proved it. I really love how this horse runs early in the race. He's not slow out of the gate whatsoever. He gets out there towards the front, but he is very patient. And he does not try to go after that leader. He will sit right off that leader, stalk them, and then pounce at the top of the stretch. This horse is now 3 for 3. Every single race has been exactly how I laid out. Stalk the pace, pounce at the top of the stretch, break their heart, kick away. Look, all 3 races have been Aqueduct. All 3 races against competition where it's like, yeah, we'll see. He's winning races how a really good horse should beat just a decent average or not very good field, right? I mean, he's just dominating. He's getting better with every race. Each race, they step him up in distance a little bit further, with the next test probably being the Wood Memorial at Aqueduct going 1 1/8. I mean, there is not a lot of holes you can poke through this horse right now. He looks very, very good.
He's a son of Classic Empire who won 3 Grade 1 races going 2 turns on the dirt, almost won the Preakness Stakes to make it 4. So you would think that the horse has the ability to go 2 turns, but we haven't seen it from him yet. Does he have the ability to go 2 turns, and how worried are you when he's going to go to the Wood to do that?
Worried. I mean, and I think you should be with any horse that's ran 3 times at Aqueduct going 1 turn. And then, yes, the Wood is at Aqueduct, but you get the better shippers come in for that one, right? And you go 1 1/8. You should be worried. I mean, any horse you would like Forbidden Kingdom, for example, in the San Felipe last week, and I picked him to win. Was I worried? Yeah, I was worried he couldn't stretch out. I mean, that's a natural thing to be worried about when you haven't seen it before. But like you said, he really doesn't have a sprinter's pedigree or a 1-turn pedigree. We're seeing a lot of young sires with really nice horses. Not this time, obviously, comes to mind in a big, big way. Classic Empire, man, he snuck up with a couple, and this horse might be his best. So, yeah, I'm worried, but I think he's got the pedigree. And the big thing, usually, like, even with the Forbidden Kingdom, he just goes fast, real early, all the way, and he might get burnt out. This horse is pretty patient, right? I mean, he's not going to go out there and just fly and burn himself out. It's just going to be top of the stretch. Does he have that same burst going 2 turns as he does 1? And that's a question we won't know yet, but I'm pretty confident in the horse's ability. He's not your typical Gotham winner that we've seen in recent years. He's a little better than what we've been seeing. Can he be like an elite horse? Can he, go to the Kentucky Derby and win? I'm skeptical still, but he's done enough to garner our respect, and we go into the Wood, if that's indeed where he runs next, and we say, hey, if he can show that same kind of thing going 1 1/8, all of a sudden he is a prime contender for the Derby.
And it sounds like Mo Donegal, who won the Remsen Stakes last fall, is going to be headed there as well. So you could see a couple of very strong horses. And speaking of the Remsen, another race like the Withers, where you don't usually see much from the Kentucky Derby Trail. So it's nice to see the Aqueduct things are changing a little bit. The landscape's a little different this year on the Kentucky Derby Trail. Aqueduct doing their best to pick up the pieces.
I mean, just not to cut you off, but just you got me thinking, you had early voting, who was a runaway Withers, like you said, winner, and you have Morello, who's a runaway Gotham winner. They're both heading to the Wood. And like you said, you got Mo Donegal, 1 1/8 Aqueduct. He already has a win there. We know he's pretty solid. He was just barely behind Simplification in the Holy Bull. Simplification comes back to win the Fountain of Youth. that's a pretty damn good test. And so if Morello can do that or pass that test and win and, win impressively, I mean, I think we've got a pretty nice horse on our hands. Now, the other hand, if Mo Donegal goes up there and wins the Wood, then all of a sudden we're like, well, Morello, early voting, maybe they were just typical Aqueduct early in the year type horses.
It's going to be a very exciting Wood Memorial and rest of the Kentucky Derby Trail season. To keep up with the Kentucky Derby Trail, head over to racingdudes.com. We have full coverage of that and the Kentucky Oaks, as well as free picks for every race, every track around the country. Hit like if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Tell us below in the comments, what do you think about Morello? What's your favorite Rage Against the Machine song? We'll see you at the track.
This has been a presentation of racingdudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels, never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,